And away we go. Here we are at the Upper Canada Mall. It's about 2 miles from my house. And as you saw in the previous video, my Mavic 3 hit a tree. It did very good up until that point. It was like about just as long as this video is going to be, and I'm even going to go past the same tree from this mall. This is a long way for a drive with the Air2S. The Air2S is a little bit better. Of course, I am up a little higher this time. And I got some pretty hefty duty wires to go past. Like they're taller than the normal ones that I've been going over. So I put her up at about 106 feet. There it is, yeah, 106 feet. This is Davis in Newmarket. I carry through the lights, no problem. As you can see, there's a car behind me, and probably 2 cars behind him, if I remember right. Okay. There's the Newmarket Transit System entrance right there on the right. That's where the buses go for York Region. There, I let these guys go by me. That lane sort of dead ends a little further up, and I didn't want to hold them up. They like to do 50, and I'm only doing 40. I didn't want to lose it. And we carry on. I forget what's the street called? Eagle. This is Eagle Street in Newmarket. It goes down and sort of does a J into Yonge Street, but I'm turning right before Yonge Street and going down through the suburbs, I guess, or North Summerhill. I'm in South Summerhill. You got new things going up on the right, somewhere up here. Of course, we probably might have passed one already. There's 2 of them. Used to be a golf course here. I played golf back here back in 1974 with my company. This was all a golf course. And right there on the right, you go really far to the right, there's a whole bunch of new stuff up there. You can see where the golf course used to be. And we're carrying on. Coming up on the right, we'll see the entrance to the Ray 20 Recreation Center. There it is there. It's a pretty big place. Swimming pool, all that other good stuff. They even got a COVID place in there, I think. And there's like a city hall kind of place on the left. That just went up. It's still pretty much in construction still a little bit. Then I guess the interior and that. And here we go. We're turning right. Just to my left, you can't see it though, is the courthouse for Newmarket. It's in the news all the time. There's the parking lot on your left. On your right, here's the fire hall. They can be in my house in 2 minutes. There it is where they come out. And then I'm going to turn left here at this street. This guy's pushy. See, he's in a hurry there. He didn't want to wait for the stop sign. Just off he goes as soon as I go. And then I come down here. Don't ask me what this street is. I don't know. I know what the one is coming up, though. That's Rita. We almost bought a house on that street. They was only going to the left. Now they're building them on the right. But there's about 30 houses to the left and probably 100 houses going up on the right. Lots of new subdivisions in Newmarket. Just getting bigger all the time. There's one south of me going like 2 miles from Yonge Street to Bathurst Street. Okay, here we go. Watch this. Watch the wires. Like these are those that are, they're not the regular poles with the wires on it. These are those major hydro poles where they look like a set of girder works. They're I don't know, easily over 50 feet. I'm 106 feet here. I just made sure. I didn't want to take any chance, but I still looked. I stuck my head out the window and eyeballed it to make sure that it's going to make it. And it does, as you will see. Here we go. This is, I don't know. I can never remember the names of these streets. I live here. I think I'm waiting. I was going to wait for this guy. Yeah, I waved him on, I think. Yeah, I wanted to make sure the wires, so I stick my head out. Probably you might see me do that. Oh, I'm raising up here. Yeah. And the guy behind me is getting all bent out of shape. And then I see the guy on the left. I let him go. No, I go. I'm going to watch. As soon as we get across here, watch the size of these wires. I see him crawling. I'm crawling. There you go. See them? Whoop, 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 whoop. That might be about 15 feet below me. There's another one. See how thin they are? You can barely see them. And there's a lot of them. And I'm just crawling there, making sure. I let this guy scream by me. He's wondering probably what I'm doing. I just wasn't going to take a chance on those wires. Not after yesterday or 2 days ago with my Mavic 3. But I can count on the Air2S. It's, for some reason, it's got a little bit better tracking on it. I don't think all the firmware was set in the Mavic 3 yet. Of course it isn't. There's still more to come out in January. It's only the end of December. It did a good job in some spots, like when I did the two of them at once. It did a pretty good job. It followed me all the way over to Stefan's house. That was a high fly on that one too, about 70 feet. You can see me going over the wires on that one. No problem. Those are the main wires. The ones that were going over to Stefan's, they're all over the place. And then they got the little short ones that zing-zang back and forth from left to right instead of straight along the side of the road. They have a few, I don't know what they're for, but they go across. That little park there you see on the left, that's Jim Bond Park. They didn't want to call it James Bond, I guess, but it's Jim Bond. But I always go by and go, Bond, James Bond, as I see it. Now we're coming up to Columbus Way. Turn left. And bring myself back down to Mulock. Not a far trip. Straight down. And we're coming up to Mulock. He screams through the lights. And I hang all right. So you can see the poles on the left for the wires. They're about, I don't know, 30 feet, maybe 40 feet. It's hard to tell. I'm not good at judging height from the way down here, but they're taller than my house, which is about 25 feet. So I'm guessing they're about 35, maybe 40 feet. I put it at 60 feet and made it okay. And there's those two ponds on the left that you see in my videos from earlier. It's a sort of like a storm drain runoff, but like you see people going in there fishing. And some of the fish they pull out, I guess somebody must be throwing it in there just for that purpose. To go fishing. I see the one guy in the wintertime, he digs a hole in the middle, and in the summertime you can see some jump, and they're easily over a foot. And it's not, they say don't release anything into the pond, but people do. And here we come up to Sawmill Valley, and I'm going to turn left. Letting these cars pass. And slowly I go, step by step, turn by turn. And off I go again, down Sawmill Valley Road. It's south here, and then it turns west. Here comes my street coming up on the left. McBride Crescent. There she be. That house on the left on the bottom corner, that sold for 1.5. And the one up here on the right here where I am now, 1.5 million sold for. That puts everybody else's house up a little bit. Like from 1.2 probably up to 1.34 now. There's a guy coming up here. His dog and my dog get along pretty good. Since puppies, they've been playing right about where that red car is. Or no, not that one. Yeah, just back there somewhere anyway. He's back there, it's close. And he tried to sell it during the last time for 1 million, and nobody was buying. And then he quit, and now it's gone back up again. Is he going to sell again? He can get 1.5 for his for sure. He's got a big place. And here's the school on the left, Terry Fox. And as I carry along, we're going to go down Colton. This is where the big episode for the Mavic 3 was. I'll point it out to you where the tree was. You'll see I'm a little bit higher this time. Although, there's the path for Bentley. We come out from the left, cross, and go down to the right. And it starts off on the end of my street, or up on Mulock, depends on where you go. Here's Colton. See, I'm a little higher this time. But I can do this low with the Mavic, or not the Mavic, the Air2S. I can go right down like to within 20 feet behind me and 10 feet up. And it just circles those corners just like I did. Follows me right around. And as we come to the bottom, this is a little hill, by the way. Not a big one, but it's a hill. And I come to the bottom and turn left. And this is where the accident happened. Just coming along here. I was doing about the same speed too as I am now. And right there at this tree. It's there. And away I go. And I come over to Joe Persicany. There's a name, I like that one, Joe Persicany. Persicany Swift. And I hang a left and head up to the mall. As I come, I'm coming up to Sawmill Valley, and I'm going to go into the mall. Come up to the stop sign. I don't know why that took so long to go, but I guess he thought I was going to drive through. No. And here I go. There's the mall on the left. We've been here a few times in a few videos. And there we go, into the mall. Mr. Lube on the left, or right, sorry. And it's even got the colors this time, we're high enough to see them. There's the entrance, cars waiting. And we turn right here, as usual. I usually turn here, but I went right to the end. And down this way. And then turn left again. There's Metro. Bank of Montreal is on the right on the top of your screen. That can't be seen right now, but it's there. I have to go there tomorrow, as a matter of fact. And here I'm sitting here waiting, trying to get through, and nobody's letting me through. They're just zip, zip, zip. So I just push my way out to the next one. There we go. That guy turned right, so I can go. Yeah, I'm good height now. There's what the top of Metro looks like. Usually I'm a little closer than this, definitely. Probably about 20 or 30 feet lower. But I've been right past, like down as low as you can see the wall on the right. You can read all the signs. But here you can't, it's too high. This guy was waiting for a parking spot. Doesn't know how to drive. And right here, because I know I have to go back up to the Upper Canada Mall, and I look at my battery, I pull over and do a battery flip. I blew a battery on this trip. Looks like it might even show me coming down. Yeah, I pull up. Here I come. Whee! I'm looking to make sure I am where I am. I gotta do a hand catch here. Gotta pull up. I've turned off the obstacle avoidance. If you don't do that, you can't catch it. It tries to avoid you. There, pull up a little bit. Down a little further. Over. Turn it around. Go down. And grab. There I go. I got her. And there she be. Ready for next trip back up to the mall.